You ever notice those people? They're always complaining about everything. They complain about the government. They complain about their paycheck. They even complain about the weather. It's too cloudy. It's always cloudy. It's too sunny. It's too hot. Imagine, it's too hot. You're complaining about it's too cloudy. You're complaining about it's too hot. They always find something to complain about. And then you have the other person. They're always acting like they just took a bunch of happy pills. Everything is great. Everything is wonderful. They never complain about anything. It doesn't matter if they get laid off from their job. They're never complaining about everything. They always see the silver lining in everything. You got the optimist and the pessimist. I used to be the pessimist. I always thought I was the optimist, but reality, I was the pessimist because I was skeptical of everything. You couldn't sell me any kind of thing that was outside of what everybody else was thinking. It could even be an opportunity to make more money, and I'd find an excuse why I shouldn't do that. You know what? If I try that and it doesn't work out, I'm going to be broke. I'm already okay here. Yeah, I'm not making enough money, but at least I'm getting a paycheck every week. If I go and do that and it doesn't work out, I'm going to be screwed. Right? But then I would complain all the time. I'd look at other people and they would move past where I was, leave the job for better jobs, take opportunities, take risks, and they would succeed. And I'd still sit there struggling. And I'd be wondering why things aren't working out for me and things are working out for them. Because my mindset was the mindset of the pessimist. It was the mindset of the person living in fear of something that might happen. Not something that is happening, something that might happen. Or you're living in that fear of something that happened in the past. Maybe it didn't even happen to me, but I'd be thinking, if that happens to me, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Oh man, I'm going to be screwed. It wasn't until I was in a situation, I was working for this company and I was helping them to really build this company up and make it into an awesome company. We were doing really well. Everything was going great. But every time I would go to talk about getting more money, getting compensated, they would tell me, no, it's not time yet. No, we have to wait a little bit longer. But I would look at these managers, these guys in their fancy pants coming in there and showing off their money. They'd be driving new cars and they'd be going on holidays. They'd be doing all kinds of things. And I wasn't getting that opportunity. I wasn't even making enough money to do more than just pay my bills and have a little bit of spending money left over, but nothing where I could take my family on a vacation or anything like that. But I would also watch other people that were tired of dealing with that, and they would leave the company. And they always seemed to do better once they left. Things would work out. Even if it was a little rocky at first, things would work out. So the one day, when I was tired, I started looking around for different opportunities, different ways to do things. I came across, and I was at the right moment in time when I came across the understanding of how to think with the optimistic mind, how to think and focus on the things that you want to have and the experiences that you want to have. To be the optimist. I started looking at that and realized that I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose because my pessimist, my complaining all the time, my being negative all the time wasn't getting me anywhere. And if nothing else, I've seen these guys that maybe they're living in a fantasy world in the La La Land, but they seem to be pretty happy. They weren't worrying about things that might happen, things that happened to somebody else in the past, but it's not happening right now to them. They only focused on where they were right now and where they wanted to go. I started to think to myself, well, I could do that. I could start just focusing on where I am right now, because everything seems to be good right now, and where I want to go, and just looking at what are the best ways for me to go to where I want to go, and understanding an opportunity is not really a risk. An opportunity is a chance to grow and to learn and to expand and maybe to succeed. Once I started to think that way, I started to just do that mental shift. And it wasn't overnight. It wasn't like I just read a book or watched a video and all of a sudden I knew how to do it. No. It took some practicing. It took some trial and error. But every time I practiced and I did the trial and error, instead of being the pessimist, I was being the optimist. When I ran into hurdles, when I ran into struggles, when I failed, because, if you try 10 times to do something, probably 8 of those times, for me, 8 of those times ended in some kind of failure, but it wasn't really failure. Because every time that it didn't work out the way I was wanting it to, the way that I was focusing on, the way that I was hoping for, I was learning something. And it made me realize there's 2 things that I need in life, 2 things that are really important to me, 2 things that I look for whenever I'm doing anything. And those 2 things are success or growth. And if I'm not succeeding, I'm growing and learning so that I can succeed at that same thing the next time I try. And sometimes only succeed in small degree and still have a lot of things that didn't work out in. So a little bit of success and a big chunk of failure. But as I learn and I try it again, I get a bit more success and a bit less failure. So I understood there's no instant success, not for me, because part of what I'm trying to do, I have to learn how to do it. And the only way to learn how to do it is to try, stumble, and try again. Fall down, get up, try again. Fall down, get up. But every time you get up and you try again, you climb a little bit higher, right? You climb a little bit higher, you get a little bit closer until you get to where you want to be. And then once I reach where I want to be, I set a new, bigger goal. Because my big goal has a bunch of little mini goals to get to that big goal. And so I focus on achieving those little mini goals. And each time I do, I'm getting closer to that big goal. I have the big goal as my big focus, but my how-to are the little goals, the steps to get there. And once you start doing that, you start to find that you don't have time for the people that are always complaining all the time. The sun could be shining and saying it's too hot. They're inside enjoying themselves and they're complaining because outside it looks gray and windy. What does it matter if it's gray and windy if you're inside and you're doing something that you enjoy? What does it matter if you don't have to go outside? And even if you do have to go outside, enjoy the wind. Enjoy the wind. Maybe it's cooling you off. Maybe it's getting your breath going a little more. You can take deeper breaths because it's cold and you gotta walk a little faster and get your heart rate going. It's good for you. It's healthy. So when you start to have that optimistic mindset, people start looking at you like, what's wrong with this person? Why are they happy all the time? They're always smiling. But when you're always achieving and when you're always growing, you're always having a great day. And if all you have to do is change your mindset to be able to have a great day all the time, why wouldn't you do that? And so that's where I was at, and that's how I got to this mindset now of, it doesn't matter what happens. I'm always either learning or am I succeeding. I'm always growing or succeeding. I'm always doing one or the other. And as long as I'm doing one or the other, I'm not standing still. I'm not going backwards. As long as I'm doing one or the other, I'm moving forward closer and closer to my dream, closer and closer to where I want to be. So that's what I want to share with you. Get out of the mindset of complaining. Sometimes we're complaining, we don't realize it. It just seems like a natural way to talk. But it's not a natural way to talk. Not if you're trying to achieve your dreams. If you're complaining that other people have it easy and everything works out for other people and not for you, start looking at how you're talking about your situation and how you're looking at your situation. Because if you're looking at it that you can't do something, you're never going to be able to do that thing. But for everything that you don't think you can do, somebody else is already doing it. Somebody else has already took that happy pill and they're focused on reaching their goal, and they understand all they got to do is grow or succeed. So for you, that should be your goal. Growth or succeed in everything you do. And you'll start to find that you accomplish a hell of a lot more than you ever did being pessimistic.